Hello, it's me. Hi, it's Caitlyn. Welcome to my first booktube. Actually, it's not my first one. Ha, correction. I did an English project last year that was a booktube, but I couldn't get it on YouTube, so yikes. Welcome to our channel, Book Nerd Sisters. Gabrielle's not here right now, but this is my book review of Insignia by S.J. Kincaid. I talk about this book like 400 million times a day because it's like my favorite book ever and the most underappreciated YA novel ever written, okay? My heart. So I qualify this as like a sci-fi dystopian thriller kind of thing. Insignia takes place like World War III, so I'm seeing like between 2100, 2200 maybe, because we're pretty close to some of the technology in this book, which is like so cool. World War III, believe it or not, fought entirely in space, so nobody gets hurt. You just spend a buttload of money on robots that fight in space. It follows Tom Raines, who's 14 years old, and he's just like the average kid. He doesn't do so hot in school. He lives with just his dad because his mom is dating this like corporate executive who, I hate him, and I hate her too because why did she fall for his traps? But whatever, that's confronted in like the third book, so just don't even get me started because I'm dead. I'm dead. I can't even take this. He gambles over like video games for money for him and his dad to like stay in hotels and buy clothes and stuff. One day, Tom is playing a video game, just like regular old day at a casino, and he's making some money, and then the military comes and finds him, and they're like, Tom, we want you to be an intersolar combatant.
Tom, we want you to be an intrasolar combatant.
So he agrees to become a robot space fighter, kinda, and then he gets this computer in his brain called a neural processor, which is a computer in your brain. He's training to control robots in space to fight against like the Russo-Chinese alliance, which is like everybody except for America and India. He has to like find these corporate sponsors, and there's this whole game. Like you start out and you're thinking it's just like about the politics and the countries and stuff, but really when you look deeper, it's all about these like big money corporations that are sponsoring this war, and they're basically doing it so they can make money. So foreshadowing of the real world. The characters in this book are so well written. Tom. Okay, everyone needs a Tom Raines in their life, okay, because he's like the perfect character. So when we first meet Tom, he's so like nobody really likes him, and he's like super nerd, and he's kind of hard to understand. But as the book goes on, he grows on you, you know. You just want to meet Tom Raines. You just want to have a Tom Raines in your life, and he like grows as a character, and oh my gosh, he's just so I need a Tom Raines in my life. Tom is like a great narrator. He's really relatable and funny and just blunt. He's flawed just the right amount that you can just appreciate everything. You can appreciate Tom. He's kind of a butt, but he's like a lovable butt, you know? You just, there's some people that are mean, but you like it when they're mean, you know? That's Tom. And he has these great friends. He's got Vic, who's like his roommate. At the beginning, they're like, what? I don't know you. But then they like get really tight, and then they become best friends and like partners in crime and stuff. And Vic is hilarious. Like, oh my gosh. Every time he speaks, I just laugh. Everything he thinks about, I just laugh. He's so funny. And then he makes these other friends. He meets Wyatt, who's actually a girl. Wyatt is a girl's name? They never talk about where her name comes from. I know that there's the side book called Allies. I've never read that, but it's actually like a story about Wyatt, or I think it's told from Wyatt's point of view. I'm not sure. I need to read that already, but maybe it'll talk about her name then. I don't really know anything about her backstory, but she's like a super computer genius. Like if you have a problem, you're gonna go to Wyatt to fix your neural processor because she knows what she's doing. She knows her stuff. Tom meets Yuri, who is actually Russian, so his family is from the other side, so the US is suspicious, so they've messed with his computer, so he doesn't really understand everything that everybody says because they got to keep some stuff confidential, you know, just in case he's like a Russian spy. It's pretty funny, like when he doesn't know what's happening and he says something and you're like, is that even relevant? Because he doesn't know what's happening in the conversation. So he's kind of like, I mean, everybody in this book is comic relief for like this super serious, like deadly World War III kind of book, you know? So all the characters are just It's so great. And Blackburn, in this book, he's not really a villain, but spoilers, kind of is a villain. But he's a great villain because you can kind of understand where he's coming from. He has like this great development, and you hear a lot about like his backstory and like why he acts the way he does, which is just, Blackburn is so well written, I cannot. He's like exactly the opposite as Tom, but you still like him, you know? And you want Tom to trust him? Oh my goodness. Blackburn. Oh. This book is twist AF, plot twists everywhere. It's so wild, like I cannot. This book is just a ride, a wild ride from start to finish. All the books are like that. After you read this, like I'm sorry for myself that I had to wait a year before I could read the next one. Like, be glad. All the books are out now, so if you start reading this book, you can read the sequel right away. Look, I have the sequel right here. And once you finish this one, you become more upset. So then you need this one. I would definitely recommend this to like sci-fi lovers, gamers, which sounds basic because it's basically a book about a gamer. So if I'm gonna tell you I recommend it to gamers, it's because Tom is a gamer. But anybody who really likes sci-fi, because this is like kind of easy sci-fi. It's not super computery, but it's like about computers, you know? And then like anybody who likes dystopian but is like looking for a change, because all dystopian books are pretty much the exact same. This one is not. If you're tired of regular old dystopian, anyone who likes their heart torn out should read this book. If you like to suffer, read it. So, Insignia by S.J. Kincaid. That's kind of it. So, be prepared to die if you read this, but it's worth it because it's so good. It's like these characters are my friends. This is my favorite book ever. Read it. Read it, read it. If you ever want to speak to me again, you should read it. Okay, wait, hold on. You're doing to fight, nope. He just makes money by, why am I looking at my computer? Stop.